Okay, so Little Hawk is going to demonstrate the ACC Chassis Elite, and it does have quite a few features like this quick adjustable length of pull. You basically unloosen that little thumb screw, push it like a button, and you can go ahead and slide out your length of pull, tightening it down. The cheek riser is exactly the same thing. If you push the button, you'll see that it comes off. One other feature it has is underneath the actual cheek riser, you can see there's actually some tools, which allows you to adjust the set screws and whatnot. It's got neodymium magnets. However, those magnets are pretty much just, I think they're just hot glued or super glued on. So those magnets actually came loose on this chassis particularly. I'm gonna have to go back and re-glue those. However, we have a new Vudoo. This is a Vudoo V22, 90 degree. And we are gonna sight this thing in. It's got a 24-inch Krieger barrel that I spun up last night. It is a 125 straight contour, and this thing actually balances perfect in this chassis. So we're gonna get this thing sighted in at 50 yards, and then we're gonna do some positional shooting. We're gonna demonstrate why I personally think the ACC Elite might be a best option for the Vudoo rifles. Let me go ahead and go for the bottom right coordinate here. Okay, still a little right, but this thing is smooth. So that was the first 10 shots. It's putting out a good group, but the way this thing feels, it feels like it's kind of dampening the harmonics a little bit. It's got a very nice sharp impulse. I like the way this chassis feels ergonomically. The main thing is that it's actually feeding very nice. So the mag fitment on this chassis, there's a few features on here which I think is what's going to help out the Vudoo mag issues that some folks have. Well, majority of folks have. But the fitment of the mag itself, now it came as is without me adjusting it. And the fitment is actually snug. There is a little bit of side-to-side movement here. What I'm going to show you guys is what this chassis has as a feature to keep this play minimal. But as of right now, the up and down play, it's right there. It's perfect. So the ACC chassis itself does have adjustable magwell fitment, and how they accomplish that is these little nylon dowels. So if you look inside this chassis here, there's little recessed areas on all four corners, including the two in the front right here, which allow you to put these little nylon dowels. And what that's going to allow you to do is put the actual magazine and tighten up the slop here. Now, the only downside to this that I see is if you want the mag to drop freely, like it doesn't do right now, but if you want the mag to drop freely, having this being tightened up is not going to allow the mag to drop. So that's the only caveat I can see. Now the chassis itself does have an adjustable mag catch, just like the MPA, and there's a nice little line cut for reference. Loosening this nut here and then getting your Torx bit in there could allow you to get an adjustable mag catch. In fact, to me, that's a little bit more fine-tuned than the MPA. I really like the feature of this MDT ACC chassis, and having the adjustability to get the mag fitment perfect. It's just really awesome. Yeah. All right, going over the groups. This was the first shot down here. He went to go 0 and shot a nice little 5-shot group right there. This was my first 5 shots. What did pick up a little bit, and then the next 5. This rifle is hammering. We're gonna try SK rifle as well. But so far, this chassis and this barrel combination works very well. Okay, so this rifle is definitely chambered for SK, and it loves the SK rifle match that I have. I got a couple one-holer groups. We're gonna shoot some SK long range, because this is, the client provided me this ammo. He wanted to see what this thing does. But what I could tell, I definitely nailed it on the head, and it is loving Lapua SK ammo right now. Oh, same hole. All right, so the last 5 shots of the SK long range is right here. First 5 right here. I did adjust my 0. This was the SK rifle, my lot, my special lot. I have 2 other lots here, which is these groups here shot. But this thing put probably one of the best 5-shot groups I've ever seen. So really happy with the performance. It obviously will shoot Elite or SK, either one of those. So one of the main factors of the rifle is that it's well balanced. Now the balance of this chassis itself is perfect. It is actually the way it sits. I wouldn't add any weight at all. This is a 24-inch barrel, straight contour, 125. And we have a target, a 6-inch target at 190 yards. I'm gonna simulate some positional shooting, basically off my side-by-side here. And let's see how it works. Now, I think the dope is 5.5. That's what I have dialed in. Elite rifle match, so if this thing is gonna fail, it's gonna fail here. So let's simulate this and begin. So the rifle is heavy, still heavy to manipulate. Weighs roughly 20 pounds. That was a skim pack. Okay. But the thumb rest that this rifle has, it comes with 2 of them. There is one thumb rest here, another one that you could put up front to kind of drive the rifle forward. But it is working very well. Keeping this rifle balanced, the nice ergonomics on it. I mean, balance is key for having a good shooting .22 rifle. All right, got 2 more. We'll go off the top here. Tippy toeing. Oh, you can see if I drive the rifle forward, it's balanced. Last shot here. Okay, let's try offhand. So 190 yards offhand shot. Cool. So having a really good balanced rifle is key for having a really good competition NRL 22 or PRS 22 rifle, and the ACC Elite just does it. So, all right, so Little Hawk's going to demonstrate this and see if he can manipulate this heavy rifle with a schmedium.
I can't reach up here.
Well, by the way, he's like a nomad. He's freaking barefooted out here. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Anyways, go ahead and begin. You're not going to be able to reach up there. Just go down here.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Here, go off right here.
I'm burning myself on the engine now.
You're burning up 10 seconds.
Okay, no, on here?
No, dude. Where did I shoot? A shot right here.
Why would you put these on?
Oh my gosh. Amateur hour. Had the scope caps on too. So use that thumb rest. Using the thumb rest is a really good addition on this thing. I really like that.
Dead center?
Yep, I was aiming dead center. How did you miss, dude?
It was dead center. It's hitting left, see?
Well, adjust your damn wind then.
Every time I shoot it, always.
I remember my first time shooting. About time. You already dropped 2 points.
I can't even find this in here.
So how does it feel with this chassis? What do you think?
It's different.
Does it feel any different than like the MPA chassis?
Oh yeah. I like the thumb grip things up here.
It feels good, huh? In fact, actually, we do have a RimX that we're going to try out as well. So let's get that zeroed out and let's see how that compares as far as balance and ergonomics. All right, so here is the other rifle that we're testing and going to be comparing to. So I'm going to get out the way here. This is a RimX, and I just got this thing zeroed in, and does really love the Elite ammo. Now that chamber is specifically designed around Elite ammo, and this thing put out a couple good, really one-hole groups. So let's go ahead and walk down and see what kind of groups we have. Now this video is not a Vudoo versus RimX debate. That's going to be an endless debate. Too many. However, I can say that currently right now that RimX seems to be performing a hell of a lot better in accuracy. So I was actually shooting at first Elite contact. This was the first 5 shots. Now that barrel is a Schillen Select Match barrel, 1 in 16 twist. And that was Elite contact. That is very cheap ammo. I went ahead and shot 5 shots with Elite contact, getting it zeroed, and that is one ragged hole. Went ahead and switched over to Elite ammo, and these are the shots that rifle's producing. So the Schilling Select Match Barrel did have 1 or 2 of them kind of fly up here. This is Elite Match, and that group size, if I get this thing to focus, is phenomenal. That's 5 shots in that one hole, 5 shots there, and 5 shots in this little one hole here. Those are in the ones for sure, if not double O's. So let's go ahead and give this rifle a try at 190 yards. Okay, so the RimX itself is a little bit lighter on this MPA BA hybrid chassis. Why I recommend this thing as well for the RimX is obviously balance. Another good benefit that this chassis has is that the thumb screws are thumb screws basically, and you can remove the cheek weld or cheek riser in order to get to the bore and clean it. If you are a 22 long rifle shooter, you will know that 22 long rifle is extremely dirty, so it does require quite a bit of cleaning. Now the MPA BA comp, even though they do make an accessory for it, which is another additional add-on you have to purchase, the BA comp with the thumb wheel is a pain in the ass to remove the cheek riser in order to get your cleaning rod into this. So this barrel is configured, like I said, a Schilling Select Match barrel. This is a 22-inch barrel. It is a 1.20 contour. That's the biggest that this chassis could hold. And like I said, the balance is great. Now, I believe we're gonna go with the same dope. Let's go with 5.5. And we'll shoot at the same target up there. And then we'll talk about the comparison, how it feels. Now, this does not have a thumb on there, so what I'm gonna have to do first of all is adjust the parallax and get my scope where it needs to be. I'm gonna have to hold the actual optic. So let's give this a shot. Now this is Elite Match ammo as well. That was dead center. And there's the target, holding the scope. Good. Come over here. Got one more up here on the tippy toes. Actually, 2 more.
Offhand.
I have you on one offhand. I am on my tippy toes. So this is where a balanced rifle really helps. I am barely manipulating the rifle. I'm just basically letting it free recoil. That was an impact. And then hopefully offhand. All right. So this does extremely well also. Price point on these chassis are just around $1,000. So comparing this to the ACC Elite, MPA does offer a lot of accessories like the bumper rails or whatnot, built-in arc rail as well. It's got the rat system on here, but the price point on one of these chassis is $500 less. So you can see that both of these rifles are very competitive for precision 22 shooting. But putting a Vudoo into one of these chassis, and one of the benefits that this chassis has along with the ACC Elite is an adjustable mag catch. However, you cannot adjust side-to-side play unlike the ACC Elite. So that is a huge benefit what the ACC has. So when you talk about the ACC Elite comparison over the MPA chassis, it is beefier. It's a lot more girthy. They do include some grip tape. If you want some grip here on your bags, this is an awesome little feature as well. You can see that it is also a built-in ARCA rail. One of the benefits that this has over the MPA is the fact that the ARCA rail is actually milled all the way through. So you can see on here that the ARCA rail stops. So if you have an ARCA accessory, you cannot completely slide it off, unlike the MDT ACC Elite. Now there are QD slots on both of these rifles, one in the front and 2 in the back here, the MPA. The ACC Elite, there's one up top here, one down here, so you want to put a sling on. For 500 bucks more, there's more accessories that you could put onto the MDT versus the MPA, like the top hood over here that they just released recently. The fact that it does come with a thumb rest, 2 thumb rests, one you could put up here to drive the rifle forward, along with one down here. By the way, this is an M-lock slot. It is awesome. There's 2 also M-LOK slots for some of the dope card holders and stuff that MDT offers. Overall, I think it's worth it. Spend the extra 500 bucks, get a pretty good chassis. Either one works, you know, it really depends on your cup of tea, so to say. Well, folks, that's going to be a quick little review on the MDT ACC Elite. We compare this long range, some of its ergonomics, some of its features that it has. Obviously, MDT put out a really good video going over all the features of this chassis. I wanted to basically share my experience with the MDT ACC chassis with you guys as a comparison with some of the other 22 long rifle builds that I do, like the RimX, and why I choose to use the MPA chassis and the ACC Elite. Stick around, there's always more videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.